I'm so worried about income in retirement, not necessarily how I'm going to create it, but the taxes that I'm going to have to pay because most of my money's in a 401k. And I have a phrase for all of you who have the majority of your money in a 401k. I call it qualified rich. So many of you know house rich and cash poor. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about qualified rich, cash poor. So if you look it up, it's not going to come up. It's a term I made up. But this phrase is where most of your money is in a 401k, and you're wondering, should I do those Roth conversions? And what should I possibly think about when it comes to those big RMDs, required minimum distributions? Now, maybe you're the person at Thanksgiving who's really worried and asking everyone, aren't you guys worried about RMDs? And they're all like, what did you call me? But we know that you're worried about it. So we are here to actually help make sure you don't worry unnecessarily. So I brought on one of my incredible advisors, Brett, in this series, Root Drops, to put some more knowledge to the test when it comes to reducing RMDs, specifically with a really cool charitable account that most people don't know about. Check this out.
Good one, Ari. In fact, if your friends at Thanksgiving don't really even know what an RMD is or anything of that nature, we got you covered here at Root. So, RMDs, giving to charities, tax efficiency, how does all this really fit into that complicated puzzle, essentially, right? That's going to be donor advised funds. And down the road, we can talk about qualified charitable distributions. What's the difference, right? So you open that brokerage account years ago, you invested in NVIDIA or Amazon, you got lucky, you bought Apple 20 years ago and it just skyrocketed ever since. Good for you. You got all this money. Now you don't want to sell it because of capital gains. But at the same time, you would love to help out this local charity around Christmas time or whatever that might be. How can you give some of this appreciated stock to those charities, get the tax write-off, and not pay any capital gains? Donor advised funds, right? What is so beautiful about them is you take that stock in kind, you take that lot. We can actually go as deep as individual lots. That lot you bought 20 years ago in Apple, we can take that, we can put that into donor advised fund. You don't pay any capital gains for doing so. Now you put $100,000, for example, in today's dollars into that donor advised fund. The donor advised fund then gives that charity that you directed to, boom, right? You don't pay any capital gains. They're going to sell the stock for you. And then you get to take that tax write-off. And best of all, you get to help that charity that you're trying to do too, right? So, I mean, it's a win-win-win essentially for everybody, except for the IRS. But hey, they made up this rule. So it is what it is, right? The other piece just down the road, 70 and a half qualified charitable distributions. That's another way you can give to charities from your IRA account. The limit is a little over 100,000. We'll see how that changes over the years. But just to plant the seed today, again, you can give to charities from your brokerage account without paying any capital gains with a donor advised fund. Down the road, there are ways that you can take from your IRA account and give to the charity as well. And again, not pay any income tax by taking distributions from your IRA too.
Guys, is your mind blown like mine right now? Increase your income with the Roth conversion. So you're like, that's good. I don't love paying taxes, but if I can pay at this rate instead of paying it like this rate, that sounds good to me. And at the same time, now there's this concept of a donor advised fund where, wait a second, conversion increase income, donor advised fund, maybe that reduces and I can do even more conversions, or maybe that means you do enough and you can help a charity. What my favorite part is here that so many people often don't even remember, because how could they? They're not doing it all day like us, is as a family, let's say that you put $10,000 into a donor advised fund. You could say, hey, everyone, all of you get to decide one charity this goes to. Now finances are openly talked about at the dinner table, which normally might be taboo. So there's a lot of these cool benefits when it comes to retirement planning that most people don't know about that Brett and I just love talking about. So 3 quick favors. Number 1, if you enjoyed this video, please literally click like. Number 2, if there was something you learned, whether it be, what the heck is a QCD? That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that was an option for me. Let us know in the comments. And then finally, if you want to work with Brett, someone who clearly loves this stuff and works with people just like you, managing RMDs, understanding Roth conversions, charitable giving, he would love the opportunity to speak directly with you. And if you want to speak to Brett directly, go in the description of this episode and click the specific link you'll see there, and you might be talking to him very soon. See you guys next time.